Thank you for joining me on San Diego Home Tours today. I am Addie Jacobs. Hey, we are talking the top 10 reasons that I think most people think about when not wanting to live in San Diego. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Addie Jacobs with Addie Jacobs Real Estate, and I am a native born and raised here in San Diego, and I live down at the beach. But I'm going to talk all about the top 10. All right, the cost of living, for sure. We have to hit that as number one, right? These aren't in really any kind of order, but I'd like to know what your thoughts are if you've been here or you live here. All right, so cost of living, right? Cost of living is expensive. The housing is expensive. Rent is out of control. I don't see rent ever going down. We have more options for some rent now because we have a lot of bigger builds going in. So maybe you have a little bit more option, but the rent is out of control and it's not ever going to go like down. Now, maybe the housing will, plateau a little bit, which we're seeing a little bit more time where buyers can get in. But cost of living, even like groceries, gas is out of control. Just everyday things and items that you have to buy, cost of living here in San Diego, I would say is number one, why you don't want to live here. Number two, lots of congestion, lots of traffic. Even me yesterday, I was on the freeway. It's like a Saturday and it's slammed with traffic. Doesn't matter like which way you're going, it's just busy. Now, maybe during the day, Monday through Friday, not so busy, but I can't even believe the weekends are pretty packed on the 8, the 5, the 163. Really busy, a lot of congestion. Another reason why there's a lot of congestion, even more down at the beach these days, is because of all the ADUs and all of the homes that are built behind another house. So where do all these people go, right? So they're on the road as well. We are getting more transit, which is nice. But again, with ADUs, you don't have to have parking for those people a half a mile away from transit. So I would say number two would be congestion, traffic. Okay, number three, I would say we do have a lot of homeless people. I do have to say, if I was homeless, I would be in San Diego too, because it is always nice. We'll get to the lack of seasons down the list. But we do have, especially down in like the East Village downtown, we do have more at the beach these days, I would say, than ever before. So we do have, I think, a little bit more homeless than maybe some other cities that aren't touched with having great weather year round. Okay, number four, I would say is tourists, right? If you don't like tourists and you want to be in a space with no tourists, then don't live in San Diego. We thrive on tourism. We need tourism. They're all coming here from everywhere. Arizona, the East Coast, out of the country. People love San Diego. So more and more flock here because we have so much to do here, right? We have the beach, we got Balboa Park, we have the zoo. We have so many attractions in San Diego. And especially with our great weather, you can come here year round. The only 2 months I would say, right, are what that aren't people going to come as much, May, gray, June, gloom, right? But people still flock here because it's still beautiful. All right. I would say number five would be limited jobs. I know other places where there's a lot of manufacturing jobs and things like that, but not here. I would say if you're in like healthcare or biotech or the military, because we have a huge military base this year, those are some great job opportunities. But other than that, I would say like finance and media and manufacturing obviously isn't here in San Diego. All right. Well, number six, easy peasy to like knock this. I should have put this maybe as number two, but state and local taxes. Blah, 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 blah. We pay so much freaking taxes here. It's crazy, especially, you would say property tax. So if you purchase a home, you are going to pay a lot of property tax because your property is going to be valued at a good amount of money. So I would say that, and also the high sales tax. I mean, I go different places. I love Colorado. So I cruise into Colorado and I'm like, wow, we got some no taxes on our food. That's kind of nice, right? You can actually order food and it be under $50 for a person. All right. So number seven, I'm going to touch on this. They're not in order again, is our wildfires. Sometimes we have some flooding in San Diego if you're in South Mission Beach or something like that. Even Pacific Beach, we get a little bit. But I would say these wildfires are crazy. We're going to see a lot of insurance policies go up. or what we're seeing is a lot of people can't even get insured. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that on another video. But making sure you're, looking at your insurance, especially on fire, because that stuff is creeping up. And what's that going to do? That's a fixed expense where you're not going to be able to like negotiate that down. So you're going to be paying that every month or every year in your tax, in your, natural disasters of your insurance. All right. Number 8. Now, this doesn't bother me at all, but if you don't like only sunny weather, then this is probably not good. So lack of seasons, right? We don't hit all 4 seasons. We might get, like I said, a little of the June gloom, right? Or the May gray. But besides that, like right now, it is the middle of February and we are sunny. We have a little bit of clouds back there, but it's pretty darn sunny here, and I'm in a tank top and not cold at all. So it's very, very lack of seasons. Like my father-in-law would probably not like it here because they're from East Coast Canada, but my husband being from East Coast Canada and being so sick of the snow, like right now there's so much snow going on, which for me, I don't really, I'm good with visiting the snow, but not living in the snow. So lack of seasons, right? So that would be number 8. Number 9 is pretty important too when looking at purchasing a home is the water shortage and the droughts. And I say that because I feel like ever since I was born, which is a long time ago, we've always been in a drought here in San Diego, all of California, really, right? Or Southern California. But with that being said, the issue there is our water bills are high, right? Because we're pulling from everywhere. And I want to say, well, I know even on my house, it's a typical, like maybe beach house. It's 3 bedrooms and we are paying around $500 or $600 every 2 months. So you get your bill every 2 months for water here, and we pay about that every 2 months. So we do have a backyard and a front yard, and we have people showering and everyday living. So make sure, and I don't even want to get into all that, but make sure that you allot money for all of these items that are going to be more fixed in your budget. All right. So number 10 is air traffic, right? So it's funny because I think, and I know we have so much more going on in the air, right? With airplanes and what's Elon Musk doing up there? But we have a lot more planes in the air. But if you're in those high traffic air zones, which is like Little Italy, South Mission Beach even has it, and definitely Point Loma, right? Point Loma, you're going to get airplanes going in and out of the airport often. So making sure that if you do not want to hear that, then those are probably not some good locations for you to live in. I mean, being here at the beach, I feel like we have never seen so much things going on in the air. So we do have some helicopters going on and we have some planes going on. But those high traffic places like the downtown area, Little Italy or Point Loma, you definitely want to make sure that you're okay living there if you are okay with the air traffic. So those are my top 10. Am I missing anything? I would love to hear what your thoughts are. Well, there is one. I mean, if you don't want sand in your shoes and sand in your toes, then don't live at the beach and don't live in San Diego. That would be my number 11 because we love the beach and we love the sun. So I want to hear from you. Those are my top 10. I hope that helped. And if you have any questions all about real estate in San Diego, get a hold of me. Talk to you soon.